Welcome to all of you. In this lecture, we are going to discuss about the direct form 1 structural realization of the IIR filter. There are few important points that you need to remember before solving the direct form 1 realization. Let us go through those points first. Simplify the given expression. That is, if any multiplicative terms present in the given expression, simplify it and get the expression in its most simplified format. That means there must not be any multiplicative terms. If h of z is given, then in the RHS, the power of z must be negative. If not, convert it to the negative power of z. Next point, simplify the given expression so that expression for y of n is obtained. Final expression must have y of n on the left hand side. All other values must be on the right hand side. The coefficient of y of n in the LHS must have the value 1. If not, simplify it so that its coefficient becomes equal to 1. So these are the few points to remember with respect to direct form 1 structural realization. Let us go through the problem. The problem statement. Draw the block diagram of direct form 1 realization for a digital IIR filter given by the system function. So this is the system function. Okay, so let us go through the solution. So h of z is given. Now try to go through few of the important points that has been said with respect to the direct form 1 and apply those for this given h of z. So h of z is given. So power of z on the right hand side is positive power. So we need to convert that into negative. Then in the denominator part there is a product term. We must not have any product term. So we need to simplify this so that we can obtain h of z in its most simplified format. So let us get into the solution. So h of z is given. Numerator is called zeros and the denominator are called the poles. So it is in the form zeros divided by poles. Now first simplify this denominator. So multiply them. Then we are going to get h of z is equal to this is the numerator and this is the simplified denominator part we are having. Now convert the positive power of z into the negative power of z. To do that, identify the highest power of z present in the numerator and the denominator. Then multiply both numerator and the denominator with its equivalent negative power of z. That is, multiply and divide by z to the power of minus 3. Then we are going to get h of z is equal to all terms in negative power of z. Now taking to the further simplification, what we require is, now we have obtained h of z and on its right hand side negative powers of z. So we must obtain y of n, that is the aim. Once we obtain y of n, then only we can draw the direct form 1 realization. So h of z can be represented as y of z divided by x of z, that will be equal to this representation. Now perform the cross multiplication. So this denominator will be completely multiplied with y of z and x of z into this numerator we are going to perform. That is represented over here. After cross multiplication, this is what we are going to get. We need y of n. Therefore, apply inverse z transform to this so that we can represent this in terms of y of n and x of n. So after applying z transform, we are going to get this realization. On the left hand side, we must have only y of n and all other terms must be on the right hand side. Now making those arrangements, so shifting this y of n minus 1 with its coefficient, y of n minus 2 with its coefficient, and y of n minus 3 with its coefficient to the right hand side, and retaining only y of n on the left hand side, we are going to get this final realization. And also we have to observe that the coefficient of y of n is equal to 1. So all criteria are satisfied. Now this is what the final expression that we need to realize on direct form 1. Now let us go through the realization. So 1 represented in this blue color are the terms related to x of n and its delayed versions. Similarly, with respect to y, this is what the representation we are having. On the block diagram, this is the input x of n and this is the output y of n. With respect to realization, zeros are realized first and then poles are realized next. Zeros are nothing but the terms with respect to x. Poles are nothing but the terms with respect to y. Now start realizing. So x of n we are having 8x of n we need to realize. That means x of n must be multiplied with 8. Therefore, this line is completely x of n. If we write 8 over here, then it will become 8x of n. Continuation, x of n minus 1. So this is x of this up to here it is x of n. I need to identify x of n minus 1. Add a delay element for that. We are going to get x of n minus 1 at this point. Then it must be multiplied with minus 4 so that we can obtain minus 4 x of n minus 1. Then add with this 8x of n. Therefore, minus 4 is being written over here. It is added with its predecessor value, that is 8x of n. Now we have completed the realization of these two values. Make the similar continuation. X of n minus 2 is there. So first identify x of n minus 2. So this is x of n minus 1. Then add one more delay element. We have got x of n minus 2 at this point. Then it must be multiplied with the coefficient plus 11. So it is multiplied with plus 11. Now we have obtained at this point 11 x of n minus 2. And it must be added with its previous values. So an adder has been used over here. So that will be added with its previous values. Similarly, x of n minus 3 we need to identify first. Therefore, the third delay element has been added. At this point, it is x of n minus 3. Coefficient is minus 2. So multiplied with minus 2. Then perform the addition. Since this is the last value present, adder is not required at this location. So we can directly give it to the previous adder itself. So now this complete realization is with respect to the x term representation, that is the zeros are all realized in the first part. In the second part we are going to realize the poles, that is the term with respect to y. So this is y of n, that means at this point also we are having y of n itself. Identify y of n minus 1. So from here take one delay element, then at this instant we are having y of n minus 1. Multiply that with a coefficient 5 by 4. So multiplied with 5 by 4. Now add it with its previous values, that is whatever the values we have realized till now. Therefore one more adder is used over here and it will be added with its previous values. And then y of n minus 2, the second delay element, multiplied by minus 3 by 4, so add it with previous value. Then y of n minus 3, one more delay element has been added, so we got y of n minus 3 at this instant. Then multiply that with 1 by 8, so we have got 1 by 8, and add it with its previous values. Now at this point the final y of n we are going to obtain. This is the direct form 1 realization. Let us get into one more problem. So all these problems are having different varieties of problems. but only direct form 1 realization. Go through the statement. A linear time invariant system is described by the following input-output relation: 2y of n minus y of n minus 2 minus 4y of n minus 3 is equal to 3x of n minus 2. Realize using direct form 1 realization. Note down what has been given. So this is the expression that is given. So that means almost it is given in terms of y of n and x of n. So further simplification required or not, we need to identify, that's it. So on the left hand side what we require? We require y of n on the left hand side. All other terms we need to move to the right hand side. In this case, the coefficient of y of n is equal to 2. So as we discussed previously, coefficient of y of n must be equal to 1. Therefore, divide this complete given equation by 2 so that we can obtain 1 as the coefficient of y of n. And then rearrange the terms so that on the left hand side we retain only y of n, and on the left hand side we retain only y of n, and on the right hand side all other terms. So after dividing by 2 and rearranging, we are going to get the final expression y of n. So number of steps required to get y of n here is quite less. So this is what the expression we are going to have with respect to realization. Now realize this. Y of n is equal to 1.5 x of n minus 2. So that means the term x of n minus 1, both of these two are absent. Directly x of n minus 2 we need to identify. Therefore this is x of n, then x of n minus 2, 1 delay element, 2 delay element. Never make a representation for 2 delay elements. You are not supposed to write it as z to the power of minus 2. That is wrong. You must realize individual delay elements. Therefore, so this is one delay element, this is the second delay element. At this point we are going to have x of n minus 2. Now multiply that with 1.5. So we have multiplied with 1.5. Now that has to be continued further with the realization of y terms. So remember why the line is not continued over here. So if the term x of n is present in the given expression, then there will be a connection from this point to this point. In the given expression there is no x of n term, there is only x of n minus 2. Therefore there is no direct connection between these two. There will be a delay element, 2 delay element, then multiply that with 1.5, then we are going to have the continuation. Now in the second part, realize the y terms. So y of n minus 2, so this is y of n, 2 delay elements. We have got y of n minus 2 at this point. Multiply that with the coefficient 0.5, multiplied, then add it with the previous values. Then y of n minus 3, so 2 delay elements were already present, add one more, we got y of n minus 3 at this point. Multiply that with the value 2, so multiplied, add that with its previous values, so added, so finally the y of n has been realized. So this is a special case that has been presented over here. Okay, so let us go through a little bit more complicated problem with respect to direct form 1 realization. The problem statement: a linear time invariant digital IIR filter is specified by the following transfer function. The h of z is given. Realize the system using direct form 1. Let us go through the solution. H of z is given for us. See, there are too many multiplicative terms both in the numerator as well as in the denominator, and also we can observe that in the denominator we are having the complex term, j representation is there, the complex term. So first we need to multiply all this, bring it into its simplest form. Also positive power of z is there, we need to convert that into the negative power in the second step. first step is the simplification of this complete representation so that we can bring it into the most simplified representation. So now how to make a simplification? It looks little bit complex, but try to apply some of the mathematical formulae that is already available for this so that simplification process will become easy. Now we can observe this one, z minus 1, z plus 1. This is in the form a plus b into a minus b. So apply that formula, a square minus b square we are going to have. Now applying this we are going to get the z square minus 1. Then z minus 2 into z we are going to make, we obtain z square minus 2z. In the similar way we can also make an application over here. So a plus b into a minus b we can apply. Similarly here also we can make the similar application. Now doing that realization and solving that, we are going to have z square minus z plus half, z square plus 1 by 16. We need to still simplify this one. At this stage we cannot apply any formula. Direct multiplication we need to perform both in the numerator as well as in the denominator. So after that, this is what the simplified format we are going to have. Identify the highest power of z, that is 4. So multiply and divide by z to the power of minus 4 so that we can convert all the right hand side terms to the negative power of the z. So multiply and divide by z to the power of minus 4. We have obtained all the terms in the negative power of z. We require y of n. Therefore h of z is equal to y of z divided by x of z, and the remaining numerator and denominator. Perform the cross multiplication, y of z with this denominator, x of z with this numerator. So this is what we are going to get that. Now we need y of n, so apply inverse z transform. We have got the terms in terms of with respect to y of n as well as x of n. Keep y of n on the left hand side. Move all the remaining terms to the right hand side. Then we are going to get the final representation of y of n. Now we need to realize this in the direct form 1 structure. Now let us go through this one. So this is what we have obtained. So first term x of n is there. So x of n is there means, so a straight line we are going to have. Coefficient of x of n is 1, therefore 1 is represented here. Then x of n minus 1, delayed version we have created. This point is x of n minus 1. Coefficient of that is minus 2, so minus 2 added with its previous value. Then x of n minus 2, so 2 delay elements. Here it is x of n minus 2. Coefficient is minus 1, therefore minus 1 over here. Then x of n minus 3, one more delay element is added. Its coefficient is 2, so 2 is being represented here. Then y of n minus 1, so one delay element is added. We got y of n minus 1. Its coefficient is 1, therefore 1 is represented here. Then y of n minus 2, two delay elements are added. The coefficient is minus 9 by 16, so minus 9 by 16. Then y of n minus 3, one more delay element is added. So this is y of n minus 3. Coefficient is 1 by 16. It is added over here. Now we are going to get the result. Then y of n minus 4, fourth delay element is added and its coefficient is minus 1 by 32. So that has been taken over here, and all of them are added together to realize this expression, and the final result is y of n. So this part is the zeros, that is realization with respect to x. This part is the poles, realization with respect to y. So with respect to direct form, we have solved 3 different cases, from as simple as possible towards the variation, and the variation in terms of complexity as well as the understanding. Now let us have a general format with respect to direct form 1. So h of z will be equal to y of z by x of z equals summation k is equal to 0 to m bk z to the power of minus k 1 plus summation k is equal to 1 to n a k z to the power of minus k. So generalized representation of h of z. Now realizing this, we need to expand this summation and then the realization is being done. So realizing this in the direct form 1, this is what the representation we are going to have. So in the first part, that is the zeros realization, we get b0, b1, b2, b3 dash 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 up to bm minus 1 and bm. On the another part, that is the poles realization, we get minus a1 minus a2 minus a3 then dash 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 minus an minus 1 then minus an we are going to get. So this is the generalized realization of direct form 1. Thanks for joining.